Walmart has come under fire recently because one store is holding a food drive for people to bring food for their employees to be able to eat Thanksgiving. But our guest argues that Walmart can afford to pay their workers more and has actually done the work to figure out where that money would come from. She's here to talk about it. Amy Traub, she's Senior Policy Analyst at Demos. So often we hear Walmart can afford to pay their workers more, but you actually looked at where that money could come from without eroding its profit margins, right?
Yeah, that's right. You know, I think the money really could come from a lot of places. It's a tremendously large and profitable corporation. My colleagues at Demos and I looked at one way Walmart could get the money. And we looked at the share buybacks that Walmart has been doing, buying back shares of their own stock. They spent $7.6 billion just buying shares of their own stock in 2012. That comes after years of buying back shares of their own stock and years that they're projecting doing that into the future. Now, with that kind of money, if they were to redirect it and invest in their own workforce and their own human capital, they could give their low-wage employees a raise of almost $6 an hour each, and that would be huge.
That would amount to earning $25,000 a year.
I think for a lot of employees it would amount to more than that.
Okay.
But certainly it would bring a lot of their low-paid workers, working part-time, some of the temps, and really the workers the company depends on most up to that standard.
Let me ask you this. Let me play devil's advocate. Why would Walmart want to do this? They're paying workers what they need to, what the market commands. They're buying back shares to help from the corporate side with their stock price and with what investors want. So why, out of the goodness of their heart, would they just defer that money from buybacks to paying workers more?
You know, it doesn't have to be out of the goodness of their heart, because this low-paid, low-wage model isn't working that well for Walmart these days. They've had several quarters of declining same-store sales, and the cause of it really is that workers don't have enough money, workers across the economy, to shop, even at Walmart. It's a fundamentally eating away at their profits and their business model, and something Walmart really needs to look at.
So you're arguing essentially if they pay their workers more, kind of the Henry Ford model, then they'd have more money to spend in their stores.
That's right. Walmart really is an industry leader. Not only do they have 1.3 million employees, they're the biggest private employer in the United States. They're a leader for the retail industry. They have tremendous influence up and down the supply chain, both in the U.S. and abroad. So they really have a lot of potential to kind of change things.
A couple of questions. So Ashton Kutcher got into the fray with a Twitter war with Walmart PR. The Thanksgiving drive clearly incensed him. Do you think that Walmart's feeling the pressure when high-profile people like this are kind of attacking them?
Yeah, I think that they must be feeling the pressure. You know, we're hearing about rallies planned at and protests and strikes, really. Their own employees walking out on strike at stores across the country and on Black Friday, which is the most important day for any retailer.
Why is this a corporate responsibility versus the responsibility of society to say, hey, we want people to earn a living wage and to do something on a broader scale about it, whether it's advocating to raise the minimum wage or some kind of law or policy that makes this more of a societal decision versus just hoping that a corporation, you know, does what's the right thing in some people's view?
Yeah, I think we need those laws and policies. We should be raising the minimum wage. We're seeing states and cities across the country taking action on that now. At the same time, we have a long American tradition in this country of workers getting together and banding together and calling on their employer to do better for them. And I think that's what we're seeing here with Walmart too. And we find in our research that actually it would have a lot of benefits for Walmart as well, for their corporate bottom line.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thank you for coming on
Thank you.
and for giving us all your insights.
Great.